Welcome to Better Life, Better Business with local business coach and time management expert, Christoph Nauer of Balance 6. I'm your host, Rebecca Troxel, founder and CEO of Rebecca's Vault. This week, we're discussing clarity. Christoph, can you tell me what clarity has to do with productivity and why it's so important?
Well, I'm glad you asked. But before we get started, let me share some insight from my mentor and coach, Brian Tracy. He says any business owner needs 3 qualities to develop: the habits of focus and concentration, which are all learnable. Those are decision, discipline, and determination. And I know the second one is not very popular with most people. So first, you have to make a decision to learn how to develop the habit of task completion.
Okay.
How do you feel after you complete a task? Most of us feel great. I know I do. Second, you have to develop the discipline to learn and practice the principles I'll share with you today until they become automatic. Third, you need the determination to continue to practice these principles until the habit becomes a permanent part of your personality. Once you're armed with these qualities, your ability to learn and develop new skills and habits is virtually limitless.
Sign me up for that. How can I and our listeners develop those key qualities?
Well, in order for us to do this, we have to become crystal clear on where we want to go.
Okay.
I know most people have a hard time understanding the importance of clarity, but it is the most important concept in personal productivity. It is the best way to get more done in less time. And the greater the clarity, the easier it is to complete a task. So let's say, would you ever get on a ship if the captain didn't have a clue where he was going? Let the wind decide where we end up.
Yeah, no.
Or a pilot, no clue where he was going to go, whether he wants to take the plane. Let's just steer the weather and the wind determine where we're going to end up. Nobody would do that, right?
No, probably not.
Okay, so Brian Tracy says the key principle of life and productivity is that you become what you think about most of the time. And that's exactly why most successful people know exactly what they want and where they're going. And they always focus on their goals.
Okay.
The great rule for success is to think on paper. Write everything down. Now, if you're old-fashioned like me, it's pen and paper. If you're the Rebecca's generation or younger, then you may use technology, a Word document or something like that. But it doesn't matter. As long as it's in writing, then it's committed. Before that, then it starts staring back at you. Before that, if it's just in your head, it's fleeting and it can be gone in a split second.
Makes sense.
And the reason for procrastination is really a lack of motivation and the lack of motivation. So the two of them, when you procrastinate, then you usually have a lack of motivation. You're not motivation to take action. And this is usually because of vagueness, confusion, fuzzy-mindedness about what we are trying to do and in what order and for what reason. So it's critical that we avoid being vague, confused, or fuzzy-minded. That's why I keep emphasizing the importance of striving for great, great clarity in our goals and tasks. And the statistics are mind-boggling because only 3% of adults have clear written goals for their personal life and their business. Usually for business, there's more. But the personal life, it's not there. We sometimes plan for a vacation more carefully than for our lives. These people accomplish 5 and 10 times as much as people of equal or better education and ability, but who, for whatever reason, have never taken the time to write out exactly what it is they want.
Very interesting. I do always tell people that if I don't write something down, it doesn't exist. So that makes sense to me. What can our listeners do to put into action immediately to get clarity and be one of these super productive people you mentioned?
Well, first, make a decision to become part of the 3%. Then develop discipline. Here we go again, the D word. Develop discipline to write down everything you want in your personal life and in your business, and be as specific as possible.
Okay.
There's a powerful formula for setting and achieving goals that you can use for the rest of your life. It consists of 7 simple steps. And any one of these steps can actually double and triple your productivity if you are not currently using it. All right, here we go. Number 1, decide exactly what you want. 2, write it down. 3, set deadlines. 4, list everything you need to do to achieve what you want. Then after that, you have to organize that list into a plan and take action right away. Not tomorrow, right away.
Yep.
And last but not least, decide to do something every day to move you closer to your goal. You know the saying, how to eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And so a tiny little step in the right direction consistently eventually gets you there. And it doesn't have to be something humongous. Be happy with sometimes just taking baby steps. Sometimes that's all you got to do. That's all you have time to do. And other days, you can tackle something much bigger.
Wow, this was really great information, Christoph. It's so important to get clarity on exactly what goals you want to accomplish. Speaking of goals, Christoph and I will be discussing goal planning in our next podcast, correct?
Yes, we are.
Excellent. Well, thank you for joining us today. And don't forget to use the links below to check out the Balance 6 website, where you can schedule your complimentary business breakthrough session with Christoph. We'll see you next week when we discuss goal planning.
This week's episode of Better Life, Better Business is brought to you by CA&C Video Productions. Since 1985, CA&C Video has been providing live streaming, event production, and analog to digital transfer services. They capture those life-changing moments, preserving your history for current and future generations. Because your history matters. Visit their website at cacvideo.com. Thank you so much for your sponsorship.
That's all for now. Thanks for listening to another episode of Better Life, Better Business with business and time management coach Christoph Nauer with Balance 6, the leading business and time management company in Northern California. Visit them at balance6.biz.